What is the mechanism of this corrosion? Mechanism of corrosion that is based upon electrochemical theory, because on the basis of electrochemical cells only on metal surface this takes place. This in this mechanism of corrosion, first water reacts with carbon dioxide to form carbonic acid, which ultimately decomposes into H2O, CO2 and O2. Because it's a temporary acid, it's a very weak acid, it's very unstable acid. So this H2CO3 decomposes into H plus and CO3 minus minus. H plus can be produced by dissolution of other acidic oxides such as SO2, etc., present in the atmosphere. Fe dissolved oxygen in presence of 2H plus to form Fe2 plus, and 2 electrons will be lost. This is a standard oxidation potential, that is 0.44 volts for this anode. And at cathode, this oxygen will be liberated, and that oxygen combines with 4H plus aqueous ions and will take 4 electrons too. That is why it is reduction, and this one is oxidation, and this one is reduction. And as we know, reduction always takes place at cathode, and the standard reduction potential of this reaction will be 1.23 volts. Fe solid reacts with oxygen gas to, if we'll add these two equations, what will be the product? If Fe reacts with oxygen and 4H plus ions, then what we will be getting? We will be getting Fe2 plus, means oxidation of Fe will be taking place and 2H2O will be formed. The standard electrode potential of the cell will be 1.67 volts. Now, iron is in contact with a solution whose pH is greater than 9 to 10, means alkali in nature, basic in nature, doesn't corrode. So that iron which is in contact with a solution whose pH is greater than 9 to 10 does not corrode. Now, overall reaction of this corrosion is Fe2O3 plus XH2O will combine together to form Fe2O3 dot XH2O. So this is about the mechanism of the corrosion, or you can say this is about the reactions involved in the process of corrosion. Now see, we will see the same thing there in this different form also, the same thing, that reactions involved there in the corrosion. See what it is there. This Fe2 plus combines with 2OH minus to form FeOH2. This FeOH2, ferric hydroxide reacts with oxygen in presence of moisture to form FeOH whole thrice. This FeOH whole thrice get converted into Fe2O3 plus 3H2O, or you can say this FeOH whole thrice get converted into FeO2H plus H2O. So now these are the reactions involved there in the process of corrosion. These are the reactions involved there in the process of corrosion. How you can promote corrosion? See, if metal is more reactive, then corrosion will be more. If impurities are there, then the corrosion probability will be more. If metal is pure, then no corrosion. As we were talking about gold now, so if in gold there is no impurity,
yes, sir,
then there will not be any corrosion. But if impurity is there in the form of salts, which are liberated from your body in the form of sweat, then the rate of corrosion will be little more. Presence of air and moisture. In moisture, SO2 and CO2 gases will be there, which will catalyze all these process of corrosion. If there is vacuum, then there will not be any corrosion, because all these moisture, SO2 and CO2 gases will not be there. Oxygen will not be there.
sir.
Okay, dot H2O will be there. Yeah, fine. Tell me please.
सर जो अशोका पिलर है सर, उसमें भी इम्प्योरिटीज नहीं है, जिसकी वजह से उसमें अभी कोरोजन नहीं लग रहा.
हाँ, if metal is pure na, or if metal compound is
Yes, sir.
pure, then the rate of corrosion will
Yes,
not
sir.
be there. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Rate of corrosion will
Yes,
not be
sir.
there. Then where strains are there, where strains are more, means in bends, in dents, and in scratches, strain will be little more na. So there will be increase in rate of corrosion. If saline water is there, then the rate of corrosion will be more. So these are the factors which promotes corrosion. And what are the factors which are responsible for prevention of corrosion? See, if zinc coating is there on the surface of Fe, if there is zinc coating on the surface of Fe, that is based on the principle of sacrificial protection, and this is called galvanization. This is called galvanization. Zinc coating is there on Fe, that is called galvanization, and this is based on the sacrificial protection. Zinc itself is sacrificing to save this iron, so it is called sacrificial protection. But see, if there is more reactive metal, this zinc is more reactive. Zinc is more reactive than iron, so it is called sacrificial protection. But if there is coating of a less reactive metal, this metal is less reactive. If more reactive metal, then galvanization. But if less reactive metal is there on the surface of iron, there will be a coating of less reactive metal on the surface of iron, then it is called electroplating. This is barrier protection. What this is? This is barrier protection. This is preventive protection. That is called electroplating. You can do it even by painting it or oiling it or putting grease on it. In this way, you can save metal from getting corroded. Then electrical or cathodic protection is also a mode to protect the metal from getting corroded. Iron connected with, see, this is iron pipe. This iron pipe is connected with more reactive magnesium. This magnesium will act as anode and this iron pipe will act as cathode. So in this way, you can save iron pipe from getting corroded. We can save iron pipe from getting corroded. This is called electrical or cathodic protection. This is called electrical or cathodic protection. In this, Mg loses 2 electrons to become Mg2 plus, and O2 gains 4 electrons along with H plus to form 2H2O, and O2 plus 2H2O takes 4 electrons to form 4OH minus. This is called cathodic protection, that is Cp. This Cp controls the corrosion of a metal surface by making the surface the cathode of an electrochemical cell. Cathodic protection systems are most commonly used to protect steel, water and fuel pipelines and tanks, ships and offshore oil platforms. Now, this was about electrical or cathodic protection. Now, see here, sacrificial anodic protection is given there. So that is also like that cathodic protection. So just to go through this, and if you have any difficulty, you can ask me further. We can apply anti-rust solution also. We can apply anti-rust solution also. Red oxide is there, na? Usually on iron, we are painting that red solution. That is anti-rust solution. That is alkaline phosphate and chromate solution, which is used to protect the metal from getting corroded. Alkalinity is responsible for protection due to higher pH. So this was all about the sacrificial anodic protection, or you can say protection methods for protecting metal from getting corroded.
Yes.
So this was all about this electrochemistry. This chapter is also over. So today you have finished both these 2 chapters of class 11th and 12th. So you can finish this all, and if any difficulty related